Good afternoon. It's a Sunday. It's the 25th of August. We're here in Grobnik, Croatia, just on the outskirts of Rijeka, and we're continuing our program for the fifth round in the Alpe Adria Motorcycle Championship. Yesterday's races, of course, already been done on the Saturday. We're here on Sunday, second race in the Stock 600 category. We had a wonderful race yesterday, with local hero Martin Vugrinec on top with the very healthy lead of 12.7 seconds before home favorite, although he is from Italy, but he's actually also working on this particular track. We're talking about Luca Tomasini. Third place went to Jirimir Kivka. We'll get back to that later because that was very important for the championship. It is race number 2 of the weekend, and if we go to the point scoring positions for yesterday, we have to conclude and we have to congratulate our Hungarian friend Richard Bodis, because he took the championship already in Oschersleben. Is not with us this weekend and won't be there in Most because he will be participating in the World Championship in the Supersport 600 in Magny-Cours by the time we head to our last round in Most. That means that we are concentrating this particular race on the second and third position, while we were looking at Thomas Eder, who's currently holding the second position with 101 points, closely followed, and we're talking about 3 points is only the difference, with 98 points by the podium finisher from yesterday, Jirimir Kivka from the Czech Republic, and even close behind with another 5-point difference, 93 points, which went to Kevin Runner from Austria, Team Gestel Power, and they had a ding-dong battle yesterday for the remaining spots on the podium all the way till the checkered flag, and it was Mirkivka who had the better of Thomas Eder and Kevin Runner, really close together on the grid. We're here in the commentary booth here live on track, and of course I won't be doing this alone again. I've got the local specialist with us here from Croatia, Mr. Mislav Perkozic. Welcome again.
Welcome, Martin. Welcome to all our viewers. As you said, we are here at the fifth round of the Alpe Adria International Motorcycle Championship. And ahead of us, it's the Supersport 600 race, an excellent race from yesterday with an extraordinary fast lap times. Yesterday, Martin Vugrinec pulled away from Luca Tomasini. Tomasini wasn't able to keep up with him. He had trouble with his rear tire, which had a lack of grip. But today, they will go with a checked-out theory, which was used on the qualifications. So we are hoping maybe for a battle for that leading position. Of course, here is Mrkivka as well, who had an excellent ride yesterday, and for sure he can come maybe to the leading duo. It will all depend on the pace, which will be set in those first few laps, because we, as you can see, this white line, we had an oil spillage when the sidecars had the race, so it's a bit.
That will be a bit
of a situation. You know,
yeah,
like
definitely. It's one of the fastest track on the track in general. One of the fastest part flowing in right-hand corner. This is a track which has been ridden counterclockwise left-hand, 4.168 kilometers long, and with 18 turns in total. Banked corners, very, very fast, as you already mentioned, slim ideal line on this one. And these stock riders are pretty well evenly matched, of course, with the IDM protagonist Martin Vugrinec as the home favorite. But let's not forget the ladies in the field. We had a wonderful start from our Finnish lady, Jasmin. And she jumped into third position. Jasmin Sarios, while we're looking at the other lady, Kirsi Kainulainen. She's world champion as a passenger to Pekka Päivärinta in the World Championship of Sidecars, and now pursuing a career in the solo bikes. She is the sole Suzuki representative on this field. Had a technical issue, had to pull into pit lane. They have been working on the bike since till late yesterday evening. Had a small trial run, everything was running okay. So there were smiles again in the Finnish camp. Unfortunately, that didn't get any for her point scoring position. However, Yasmin, although she started very well, dropped back through the order and was able to claw back a bit of that lost time and finished even quite close to the top 10 in 9th position. So that's good for the Finnish lady. We'll keep an eye out for her also during the race, which will be held over, let's have a look, 13 laps in total.
Yes, ahead of us there are 13 laps where we can expect an awesome fight. As you mentioned, we had a lot of good rides yesterday by many riders, as well as Tarik van der Merwe, who came in on the 8th position, right behind Lucas Valhuter. And he's a youngster who has his first season here in the SuperStock 600. Last year he was a part of the SuperSport 300, and he's shown great talent, and for sure he can maybe climb up a position or two and maybe even fight for the top 5.
Would be lovely. Only 15 years of age. He's from South Africa. Speaks Zuid-Afrikaans and English, of course. And he feels really well at home here in the paddock. And we have been monitoring his progression over the full season so far. And it's good that he's becoming more and more consistent in his performance. So absolutely looking forward to him as well for this particular race. It's to be expected, as you said before, Tomasini and Vugrinec, the two fastest riders from yesterday, probably would pull away. The tactics is that probably Thomas Eder and Kevin Runner and also Mirkivka will try to follow them as long as possible to get the fight amongst them for the remaining slot. But that's a bit of prediction. It's racing, of course. It's done on the Sunday, and you first need to be able to see the flag in order to get the points done. Nevertheless, we're looking forward to it while we're looking at the Suzuki, as mentioned before, from Kishi Kaneline.
Beside them, of course, there is number 444, Danilo Di Giorgio, who finished on the 12th position yesterday. Had a big trouble with his rear tire, had no grip. Unfortunately, they experimented with a different tire. It was too soft for the conditions, and immediately in the first few laps he noticed that he has no grip on the rear. He hoped that the situation will improve in the race during the next few laps, but unfortunately it didn't, and he had to settle for 12th position with best lap time of 1:33.0, which is a bad time for him, because he can go 32 here no problem.
Yeah, he did 32.4 in qualification.
Yes,
so
in qualification, and
yeah.
He still had room. I talked to him, and this is a tough season for him. He crashed several times, and unfortunately he's still recuperating from all of that. So it's a bit of a tough situation for him, but hopefully, you see so much dust.
It's a lot of dust there, a long oil track on. Oh, that will be unnerving for a lot of riders, you know, going into these first couple of corners with so much...
Especially in the first few laps, until the dust... The dust clears a bit. Just wanted to say, so we'll see if Di Giorgio will have a clear situation today. Maybe more grip will get him into low 32s and into contention to, let's say.
So. I heard Sal about the degradation, of course, from Dunlop tire. He's racing with Dunlop tires. I heard Sal that actually the refreshed tarmac on this Grobnik circuit has been here for a couple of years, but still is, although it's being used day by day and also by the four-wheelers, it's still very abrasive. So it's still quite smooth. It's a beautiful surface, as you already said, with bank corners, but it is more grippy than anyone expected before this race. So They were actually also trying to run the softer tires in the superbike category later on the day yesterday and decided not to go for it because of the degradation also occurring in the 600. So some tire poker being played. Of course, within this championship, we welcome all sorts of tires. We have the Bridgestones, we have the Dunlops, we have the Pirellis, and the Michelin tire even present here. Within the Super Sports, we'll be looking at the Bridgestones, the Dunlop, and the Pirelli tires used. And it's Vugrinec with Dunlop tires on the Yamaha on pole position. So
as well as Luca Tomasini.
Yeah.
So
but he's of course, Tomasini is the one there. Okay.
Everything is set. Riders are approaching the positions. Almost everyone is here. We have
I think we should have about 31 people on the grid in total. We were looking at 10 rows in total, 30 people. We got on our timesheets right now.
Yeah, we're missing someone from the back. But anyhow, everything is set. We are watching and waiting for the start of the 600 Supersport race. Martin Vugrinec on pole position next to Tomasini and Mrkivka, who will have the whole shot, and all of them have a good start.
And now
who will it be? It's Tomasini who has the whole shot. He's on the inner line.
Vugrinec is doing the undercut. He's tried to already make an effort of pulling away from the rest of the field.
Did he manage to get under him? Yes, he managed to pass in front of Tomasini. Off they go into the Rijeka corner.
It is
Vugrinec slightly in front of Luca Tomasini.
And now it looks like Tomas Adria in third position. Did I see that well? Could be if I look at the leverage of his suit.
No, it's Tarik van der Merwe.
It's van der Merwe with a brilliant start. The number 132.
Yes, excellent start by van der Merwe.
From the 10th slot on the grid, already into third position. Ballsy move from the 15-year-old South African.
Yes, we were mentioning him early on, and he has justified everything we said. An enormous talent, and he's showing that right at the beginning of this 600 Supersport race.
Oh, look at the rear wheel in the air,
rear
breaking
wheel in the air for Martin Vugrinec.
Spider Martin, we saw a lot of fans of him with the Spider-Man t-shirts on here, so he's got a huge home base here, home crowd vouching for him and giving him something to cheer about already. But Tomasini is trying to keep the wheel. Tarik in close pursuit in
with
third position.
Kevin Runner and
yeah, it's Kevin Runner, Mrkivka, and also
it's Mrkivka, and then Jasmin Sarios on the 6th position.
Also a good start for Yasmin. Found something extra in the warm-up this morning. Was quite confident. Promised not to make any mistake, which she did yesterday when she dropped down the order by shifting downwards in the wrong order, which cost her about 3 or 4 seconds in total in that particular lap. Okay, let's get back to the start again. Where there we look at the...
Yes, we see Tomasini had the whole shot, but Vugrinec took the ideal line and managed to undercut when Tomasini went a bit wide.
And Tarik already made the difference before they entered the first corner, so that was really a good start for him. Really good start. There where you see where the sidecar had gone. Oh, somebody's off. Trying to lift up the bike. That's also something you should train every now and then, and it has proven to be too difficult in this case. But is Vugrinec still in the lead?
Was that Yasmin?
No,
yellow
don't think so, no. She's capable of picking up the bike, I think. Let's see what we get the next lap
with
on the
a big
belt.
advantage after 2 laps.
We got a new guy in third place, and it looks to be, is that Renner? We'll have a look, because we got the next crossing is...
yes, 1.3 seconds for
Mrkivka.
Mrkivka on the 3rd position now, van der Merwe 4th.
Runner.
Van der Merwe on 32.0, 31.2 is Mrkivka, and Tomasini 130.9, and Vugrinec on 130.0.
We're missing Thomas Eder, the guy who was second in the total. Where has he gone?
At the end of...
Yeah, he's all the way in the back, the number 36, not getting through the time lap. Was it him on the grass? We wouldn't know, but that was really costly for his second position in the championship. That will probably either go to Mirkivka or Runner, that all depends.
Vugrinets still pulling away. Tomasini trying to stay behind him, but obviously still hasn't found that small fraction that he needs.
The other
So
lady,
he's missing a couple of tenths, even half a second, but
the other lady in the field, Kirshi, started 25th slot, already up to 14th position within the point scoring positions after such a bad grip position. Doing good. Happy to have the Suzuki running again. Tarek van der Merwe is keeping up with Jiri Mirkivka. That's a good effort. And Kevin Runner is not really keeping that one. While Jasmin Sarios is trying to close in on Dominique Reak. We'll look at the lap times. Jasmin, a 32.2, a 32.3 for Dominique. And Kevin, the runner, also going around in a 32.3. Fastest guy on track, fastest lap so far, as predicted, the 29.76 for Martin Vugrinec.
Tomasini has trouble with his front wheel. We can see on those switches the front wheel stays in the air, and it's causing him trouble. He's already struggling with 131.1, but still manages to have 3.5 tenths better time than Jiří Mirkivka. But Vugrinec on 128.7 pulling away, and he has now around 3 seconds of an advantage. We go into the final corner.
Beautifully executed here. Long time you spend on the left-hand side of the corner, of your left-hand side of the tire.
Double left corner.
Yeah.
And then you have a right switch onto the start and finish line.
Jasmin still within that group, and I think an excellent effort with a 131.3 for Tarek van der Merwe.
Yes, Van der Merwe makes 1/10 faster time than Jiří Mirkivka. But now Mirkivka goes 130.8 comparing to Van der Merwe 131.6.
It's obviously that the Waldshooter is trying to different line in pursuit of Jasmin Sarios in 8th position, avoiding the dust clouds of the cement dust which had been laid down for the oil spill. Huge oil spill there, but nobody was hindered by it except for the crash of Thomas Eder is out, Bartolomeo Cabala is out, Ronik is out. So we're left with 26 people on track right now.
We are back with our leader, Martin Vugrinec, building up his advantage. Well over 4.5 seconds in between him and Tomasini. But Tomasini has to keep his pace because Mirkivka was slightly faster, a couple of tenths in the last lap.
Yeah,
over the start and finish line they go.
Let's
see where they are at now. So it's Vugrinec with 129.897 and Tomasini 131.0 and 130.8 for Jiří Mirkivka. So
difference 1.7 of a second, and here's that fight behind them. Jasmin in the inside line again, different line for Kevin Runner. Jasmin now to 6th position, and Dominique Reak had a very good lap, is now in 5th position. So Kevin Runner is dropping down the order, dropped back to 7th position, just in front of Lucas Waldshooter. So that's a good fight there for, let's say, 5th to 7th and 8th position.
Yes, good fight going on for the 5th position.
So all depending on whether Tariq van der Merwe is able to keep at the pace at 32.1 now, but also still a second faster than the battling group behind him. So he should concentrate on his rhythm and maybe keep an eye out for the achievements of Jiří Mikivka, who's actually trying to make impound on Luca Tomasini.
Yes, he had taken a couple of tenths the
Yeah,
last couple of
Visually,
laps.
he's closer, I think. Mislav, I think he's getting closer already. Let's wait for the next crossing. We do not have sector times here, but it looks like the next crossing will make a difference. It was 1.7 of a second. Let's see what it is right now. Absolutely closer.
Over the line they go.
It's
31.3, 130.9.
About 4/10 of a second gained again with another 130 lap for Jiří Mikivka. Doing a great job, and a 32.4 again for Tariq van der Merwe. Then Dominique Rehak with a 32.3, a really good lap for him. Kevin Rano recuperated now to 6th position. We're in front of Lucas Walschutter, and now Jasmin Sarius dropped back again to 8th position. It's a ding-dong battle going on there.
Yes, still a lot to go. We have 7 laps to go, actually 6.5. We'll see if Van der Merwe will manage to keep his pace a bit faster so he don't get hunt down by Rehak. This is an excellent result for him. This would be his best finish in the Supersport 600 category. When he was in South Africa, he managed to do some practices, and he got properly prepared for this race. He has been here all week, so he managed to accumulate enough rest and managed to adjust after the long trip from South Africa.
Do we have a change there? Was a bit difficult to see. We saw a bike moving sideways. Dust cloud still being kicked up. Oh, still Tomasini. Difference was 1.4, and let's see what it is now. It is 1.3.
Yes, Tomasini manages to pick up, and he goes now 130.8. Vugrinec also slowed his pace and managed to pull out a 130.4. Obviously getting directions from his crew to keep the pace down. Almost a tricky situation, but we have a crash. It's number 95, Mariusz Juszczak. He almost bumped into Jasmin and also almost knocked her down. It was a tricky situation.
Dropped out of 9th position there. Wasn't able to get the bike stopped in time. Had to go for the off-track excursion, and of course here you'll be landing in the dusty sand or the grass, which
unfortunately,
no grip at all.
He pushed the front too hard and just got knocked down by the deep gravel. Anyhow, we are back with Martin Vugrinec, our leader. 7.3 seconds last time around.
Yeah, healthy lead, as you said. Pitbull, but probably pointing it out. You're doing enough. Don't waste too much energy. You got a healthy lead with 7.2 seconds. That's
there's no
enough.
point of risking anything because
the rest
a clear
is dropping
situation.
back. Yeah, especially. But let's have a look at the 2nd and 3rd position. That fight, yeah, definitely closing down. Was 1.3. Let's have a look what it is right now. We go to a 131.04 for Tomasini at 30.8. The difference is now 1.1 second. It's almost within that 1 second bracket. Then you'll be able to get a bit of a tow. So that's a huge fight for 2nd and 3rd position there. While we're having Tariq van der Merwe is still in 4th, but now being hunted down by Dominique Rehak. Difference there is still significant, but nevertheless a healthy 4th position for Tariq van der Merwe. A 6th position now for Lucas Walschutter, Kevin Runner 7th, 8th position with Jasmin Sarius, and it is your friend Danilo Di Giorgio from Italy now. He's within the top 10, he is 9th, yeah. For Silvio Fiore from Switzerland on the Yamaha.
So back to the fight for the 2nd place between Tomasini and Jiří Mikivka. Now we are with Jasmin Sarius on the fight for the 6th place.
In the meanwhile, our other lady, Kirsi Kainlainen, also crawling and creeping slowly towards the top 10 now in 11th position. A 134.3. 3/10 of a second faster than the Silvio
What
Fiora.
happened? Vugrinec is in trouble.
Oh,
Vugrinec is in trouble. Something happened, ladies and gentlemen.
His technical problem is sitting upright.
Vugrinec is sitting up. What happened? Is he entering the pits?
Probably, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vugrinec is entering the pits. Something is wrong with his Yamaha. Unbelievable outcome of this SuperSport 600 race. What has happened, ladies and gentlemen? Now Tomasini and Mrkivka are in the fight for the victory.
Yeah.
This is now the fight that we should be looking at. Unbelievable, Martin, what has happened.
What a shame, what a shame. Yeah, it's still a technical sport, Mislav. You know, this could happen, but, you know, if you're such a demanding lead, taking it more or less a bit easy, and then something technically goes wrong, he just pulled it
actually, last few laps, he was again in the 130s.
Yeah, 31, but still, you know, enough to keep the healthy lead going.
You cannot see now the time because he's in pit, but listen, Mrkivka is definitely closing down on Tomasini, but be sure that Tomasini will not be easily defeated here on his home ground. It's all for nothing for Luca Tomasini now.
And now it's Tarek van der Merwe who inherits third place. Well, that be his
Van
first
der Merwe,
podium.
unbelievable, is on a verge of having his first podium. I'm sure that his dad is rooting hard as we speak from the other part of the world.
Yeah.
We say a big hello to him, and he's surely missed here.
Hopefully online watching this footage.
For sure he is, as is a lot of people from South Africa, back to this fight for the victory. Mrkivka on 4/10 of a second behind Luca Tomasini.
Yeah, and 4/10 also faster in the lap.
It's 3 laps to go now, ladies and gentlemen. It's now or never.
One thing for sure, Mrkivka, if he finishes where he finishes right now, he doesn't even have to win, takes a healthy lead towards the last race in Most, so that he doesn't have to win to get a healthy... No, he's not going to lead because, of course, Bodis is already the championship. We're in the race for the second position. I have to be correct. While Thomas
the fight is on. The fight is on. Mrkivka is right behind Tomasini. Can Tomasini now pick up his pace? It's only a couple of tenths for him to manage.
Looks like Mrkivka's got something in the pocket. He looks very relaxed in the position he is in right now. Is he going to really attack straight away, or is he going to play the waiting game till the last lap? It looks like he's already setting up for an attack in the last corner, which is called the Zagreb corner, as you told me.
Yes,
the
so
favorite overtaking place could be there, but while the camera
for them,
it's
and
outbreaking.
Mrkivka goes on the inside. Mrkivka takes the lead. Now it's Tomasini right behind him. He has 2 laps to try and stay behind him, stay in this fight. He takes the slipstream, and off the Triumph goes. Can he use the slipstream? Neck by neck they go over the start and finish line. It's Tomasini over the line for only 0.05 of a second. Tomasini back in the lead. We are in the penultimate lap, ladies and gentlemen, of this SuperSport 600 race live from Grobnik.
It is Mrkivka. Maybe he's shown his card a little bit too soon. That could be the case. Nevertheless, he's still got another attempt to go.
This is the situation that I was hoping that would happen, that at the moment when Mrkivka takes a stab at Tomasini, that he will wake up finally and realize the situation that he is in, and that he has to take the victory now, because this is his opportunity since we lost Vugrinec.
To get his home favorite track down.
Exactly.
We got another lap to go. In the meanwhile, it's also Kevin Ronne to 4th position, 5th position for Lucas Volchuter. Demonik Riak is 6th now, 7th for Sarminiarios, Danilo Di Giorgio.
Yes, Di Giorgio on 8th position,
and
also
9th
an excellent
position
result.
for Kirsi Kainelainen, and Silvio Fiore is 10th.
Where are our leaders?
We're looking at the other fights.
Switch of the camera.
There's also a fight going on there, yes. We have to be patient till we go back.
Yes,
there
we are back
again.
in Zagreb corner. It's still Tomasini in front of Mrkivka. Tomasini has a couple of bike lengths in front of Mrkivka, and it looks like Mrkivka will not be able to get a tow from Tomasini here over the start finish line.
Let's look at the lap time.
It's Tomasini in front.
Yes, but the lap time was a 30.1.
Yes, Tomasini had woke up and it's now all or nothing for him. We go into the Rijeka corner. Tomasini still manages to keep that slight advantage of a couple of tenths.
Let's not forget Tarik van der Merwe, who's still solidly in third position.
Yes, Van der Merwe is sure because
he should be bringing it home. He's got 3.7 seconds in his hand. While we go back to the leaders.
Back to the leaders, we are exiting the chicane and going downhill into the elbow corner. In the part of the track also known as the hole. They are reaching some back markers. Hopefully they won't get in the way in that final corner of Zagreb. Exiting onto the back straight.
Tomasini has done enough. He's got it in the pocket. Don't get me wrong.
Yes, he has it. Most definitely. We are reaching the final corner in this final lap of the Supersport 600 race. Where are our leaders? Yes, it's Tomasini way in front of Jiří Mrkivka. Tomasini will take the victory, ladies and gentlemen, on his home ground. Exiting onto the start and finish line.
Oh, yes, almost there, yeah.
Those are some back markers. And it's Tomasini over the start and finish line, takes the victory in Rijeka. Right behind him, Jiří Mrkivka, and we are expecting Tarik van der Merwe to his first podium finish.
15 years of age, first podium for the first season.
We have a
with
crash,
the big off. The runner. Is that Kevin Runner? Am I right on the distance? I can't see. It's too far off.
It could be him. It's a white bike.
Yeah, the 69 could be, but at least Tarik van der Merwe brought it home in third position.
Yes, it was, unfortunately.
Walschutter now fifth position for Dominique Rayax. Jasmine Sarios to sixth position. It's Kevin Runner out because we're going to have to wait for Di Giorgio.
And Di Giorgio comes on the seventh position.
Yeah, let's wait
from the 12th place.
Yeah, exactly, and then we all have...
And a big crowd coming in behind Di Giorgio now.
And it is... Let's wait, Kirsi Kainulainen.
Yes, on the 8th position.
A wonderful recovery from her DNF from yesterday. 8th slot for her, in the 9th position for Thomas Subert. Buzalkowski is there.
Tomasini celebrating.
Yes, of course. As you forgot, he's the instructor here on this track, so he's done so many laps.
Tomasini went to 129.975.
In the last lap.
Yes, that's his personal best. They were trying so hard to go under 130 this whole weekend, him and his mechanic, the doctor, and also our suspension specialist, Marko Slavic from Lutek Racing. And Tomasini takes the victory and has his best lap time, 129.975.
I do think you have something to celebrate, isn't it?
Most definitely. As I said yesterday, Tomasini is a rider from the old times, from 10 plus years ago, in his late 30s.
Yeah, with the DNFs of Thomas Eder and from Kevin Runner means that Jiří Mrkivka is most definitely a vice champion to be called already. We'll have to do the mathematics, of course, after our runaway leader, Richard Bodis, who is already crowned a champion in this stock 600 category. Mislav is going to see his friend, excited as he is. Look at Tomasini. Of course, yes, he is from Italy, but he lives down here, and he's here almost all the time, being an instructor in the riding school for this particular track in Grobnik. So a bit of excitement going on. Unfortunate times for others like Martin Vugrinec, also for Thomas Eder, who didn't finish, and that was unfortunate for them. Nevertheless, we got a fresh youngster also on the rostrum by the name of Tarik van der Merwe. Jiří Mrkivka done enough. So we got a Triumph, we got a Yamaha on the podium. I think we had a beautiful, exciting stock race. We'll give you back to the commercials shortly, and we'll come back to you with the stock 1000 race in which a championship could be decided as well. All right, let's get back to the studio and hope to see you at 2:40 p.m., which is about now. We're a bit delayed. We should be back shortly with the stock 1000.